What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Italian player ratings in their massive win over Scotland. So buongiorno to all the Italian fans here and hello to all the fans from the other countries. Let's get right into it. So Daniele Fischetti, I've gone for an 8 out of 10. I thought he was huge around the park. One thing about his game, he's a good scrummager. He's come a long way with his scrummaging, but now around the park, he's a proper operator. He gets the hard work done. He's an 80-minute player. Obviously, as a prop, they don't play him for 80 minutes, but he can play for 80 minutes if possible. And I honestly think if you really needed to, you could stick him on the flank and he'd be alright. So massive work rate from him. One of the players leading from the front, and I think that Northampton Saints experience, being in a good team, a winning environment, really helped him, and he's brought that experience with him into the team. So that was awesome to see. Now going on to number 2, Giacomo Nicotera, I've gone for a 7 out of 10. I thought with the conditions at where it was, he was actually okay at line-out time and at set-piece time. It's going to be so difficult for a hooker to actually be accurate in those conditions, and I thought he did just fine. He also had a good work rate around the field, and I think scrummaging wise, the front row was really solid. Now going on to Simone Ferrari, 7.5 out of 10. This guy's come a long way. A few years ago, I'd look at him and I'd say, he's an okay player. I guess I understand why he's there, but now he's really solidified his place in the team. He is a very strong scrummager, and even last year against my Springbok team, this Italian front row did not make our life easy, and he is one of those guys that you can take credit for that. He has come such a long way, and his set piece is so solid. And around the park now, he actually gets around the park, and I think that's quite a common theme around this Italian forward pack, that they've all developed into different players now that can get around the park, that have big engines, that are really mobile, instead of just being big, lumpy, loose forwards that just make big tackles and get absolutely skinned by backline players. So I think this Italian team has really come a long way. Now moving on to number 4, Nicole Canone, one of my favourite players in this Italian team. I've gone for an 8 out of 10 for him. 26 tackles. 26 tackles. You can just see when he was singing the national anthem that he wanted it. And I think him and his brother really pitched up and they played really good rugby. So he's been one of the standouts for me. So 8 out of 10 for him. I think there were some things he did where he could have done a bit better, but you expect those things from a lock playing on the edge of penalty, no penalty. So 8 out of 10 for him. Andrea Zambonin, I've also gone for an 8 out of 10. He's at number 5. 8 out of 10 for him. He is absolutely solid. And to be honest, I didn't really know too much about him before this game. I didn't really know too much about him before this game, but now I do. He is a really good workhorse. He's a perfect guy to have it locked for this team. And he's not just a big guy that's going to make big tackles. He's actually quite mobile. He gets around the park quite well. And I think he could be a hybrid player, whereas I think if you really needed him to, his versatility could put him on the loose forwards if you did have injury woes. So he's a guy that really impressed me. His lineouts were phenomenal. And it's good to see Italy actually find some confidence in themselves and some dominance at set piece time. Obviously, next week's going to be a much different game for them, but I'm really excited to see how they go. This team is definitely on the up right now, and I'm very excited to see how Italy progresses throughout the Six Nations. Now, Michel Lamaro, number 6, I've gone for an 8 out of 10 as well. He really led from the front. He was attacking those breakdowns, and he seemed to really thrive in the chaos of yesterday's game. He's come a long way from being the captain previously to getting kind of dropped to the bench, become a third or fourth option in the team at loose forward, to now being the guy again, the captain, and I think that is the right option. He's a good leader in this team, and he's leading from the front, and he's the kind of guy I think the other guys can actually get behind him, and he definitely led from the front yesterday, so it was good to see a big performance from him on the stage like that yesterday. So 8 out of 10 for me for him. Number 7, Manuel Ziliani. This guy is an absolute tank. He is a beast. I saw some of the other player ratings that other people gave him. Someone gave him a 5.5. And I tried to look back at the game, and I just didn't see a 5.5 for him. I've gone for an 8.5 out of 10 for this guy. I was watching him throughout the game. He was so busy. He was absolutely everywhere, making tackles, trying to make steals, disrupting Scotland's ruck, slowing their ball down, dominant tackles, dominant carries. He was absolutely everywhere, and he is one guy in this team that really is leading from the front. I don't know how some other people thought he had a bad game. I thought he had an excellent game. It just shows people see the game differently. So if you do agree with my takes, comment down below. If you don't agree with my takes and my ratings, please let me know. Let's talk about it. I'd love to discuss it with you guys. But 8.5 for Manuel Ziliani. He was phenomenal. He was absolutely phenomenal, and he got the hard work done, and he's an absolute dog around the pitch. He just gets the hard work done, goes about his business, and that's what I love to see about some of these Italian forwards. Number 8, Lorenzo Canone. I've also gone for an 8 out of 10. Him and his brother were absolutely phenomenal yesterday. Massive work rate from him, and he's really gained a bit of a skill set, like the small little touches. His IQ's gotten better, so it's good to see these Italian forwards developing. They've all developed, they've all come a long way, and I can see things and themes in this team that means that they aren't the same team that lost by 90 points to New Zealand. It might be some of the same players on paper, but this team right now has developed the skill set and developing their players and their phases of play into a team that can win games on a big stage, and they prove that. I mean, yes, the fast start really helped this team yesterday, and once the torrential rain started, it was going to be tough for any team to score. But I really have a lot of confidence in this Italian team that they're going to take it close with some of the big teams in this competition. I'm very interested to see how they do when they tour the Southern Hemisphere later this year. I'm going to keep a close eye on this Italian team, because if they can keep this up with some young guys as well, these guys aren't old in this team, they're going to be really exciting going forward. Looking at number 9, Alessandro Fusco. I've gone for a 7.5 out of 10, but he really impressed me. And the one thing that really impressed me that I realized, I used to play Scrum-half myself, his box kicks are absolutely phenomenal. He gets at least 4 seconds hang time on his box kicks. And if you think about the 2 tries that were scored early, they came off the back of 2 successfully retrieved box kicks. The one, an amazing take by Louis Lina. The other one, down the middle of the field, perfectly weighted box kick, just outside the 22 where you need it, where they can't take a mark. Fair play in the air. He really was one of the key catalysts in those 2 tries with those extremely pinpoint and high hang time box kicks. So that's something I really realized about him. And I'm going to be seeing this going forward, because if he can kick a box kick that can hang for 4 seconds in the air or 4.5 seconds in the air with heavy underfoot in torrential rain, I want to see how this guy can kick in good conditions, because that was absolutely phenomenal. I'd like to see how this guy can kick in Johannesburg in the altitude. That would be something to see. Now, number 10, Paolo Garbisi. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. I thought he was solid. A bit of a weird game for him, especially in these conditions, but I think his game management has gotten a lot better. Look, Paolo Garbisi from a few years ago would have made, I could probably count this weird mistakes in this game, like trying to kick when it wasn't on, or trying to force an amazing play to happen. But he's really matured into this good player now that can kick well for poles. He knows when to do certain things. He knows when to not do certain things. He knows when to put the up and under instead of going himself. So I've really been enjoying his progress. And I've gone for a 7 out of 10 because it was very difficult for him underfoot. But I think he's going to really have a good game going forward throughout the Six Nations. And he's definitely one to watch. If he's playing this way right now, he's confident with his 9 inside of him. He's confident with the 8, 9, 10 combination. He's confident with the centers outside of him. And the centers are absolutely world-class players. And it's just making him look better. And he's making them look better. So I think a very good game from him. I was worried going into at the end of the game that he might be the guy that might make a bad decision to try turn the tide against them, but he was absolutely solid. He was composed, and it's very good to see. Number 11, Monty Ioane, my favorite player in the Italian team by far. I've gone for a 6.5 just because he tried a lot. He did very well. He played with intensity. He played with heart. Some certain things could have gone better for him, so I've gone for a 6.5. He didn't really get too many opportunities. He tried to make his best with everyone. Every time this guy gets the ball with some space, I find myself standing up because he's such an exciting player. But 6.5, and I'm really looking forward to see how he can play with some clean air in front of him, because this guy is a machine. Number 12, Tommaso Menoncello. I've gone for an 8.5 out of 10. He's just picking up where he left off. He is one of the catalysts in this Italian team. And I've always said this, having a strong centre pair is like having a very strong spine. It's like a good base to build from. In the forwards, if you have a good tight 5, you can build from that. In the backline, if you have good centres, you can really build off of that, because that's where the magic happens. That's where you probably win or lose games within a backline setup. So very, very important to have 2 good centres, and they are really playing confidently together. Phenomenal try for him. You are never going to stop him from 22 metres out at the pace he's playing. Dominant hits every time, dominant carries every time. He's got good footwork, a great skill set. I love watching this guy play, and I love watching him play against Juan Ignacio Brex, Nacho Brex, 50th cap for him, as well as Paolo Garbisi, and I think Michel Lamaro. So really good game for them. And I think for Brex, I've gone for an 8 out of 10. He's a solid player. He's come a long way. And I really think that this 12 and 13 combination for Italy right now is going to carry them through to the 2027 World Cup. And if this team can build on this, they could honestly be looking at a quarterfinal in the World Cup. I know they've got South Africa in their pool stage, but that's going to actually be a really good game for them now. So I think South Africa, having the likes of an Italy that's performing well now, and a Georgia that's a very tough team to beat, and they're going to make sure you feel beaten afterwards, can only prepare the teams in that group well for the quarterfinal. So looking ahead, I was quite nervous about that group, about not getting good, intense games. But Georgia, Italy, and South Africa together in the same group, whoever makes it out of that pool stage is actually going to be really well drilled in intense rugby at World Cup level. So I'm liking where Italy's going right now. Louis Lina, I've gone for a 7.5 out of 10. This guy just loves playing rugby. I can just tell it. He was good under the high ball. Every time he made a mistake, he was he was upset about it. But I love seeing stuff like that. Obviously, he's not he grew up in Italy, in England, I think, but he's definitely got an attitude of Italian right now, and I absolutely love it. 7.5 for him. Looking forward to see how the two wings can get some more space and some more opportunities throughout the tournament, and I definitely think they will, especially with the guys inside of them that creates magic for them. Number 15, Leonardo Martin. I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. Probably the one back I didn't see as much as the rest, but it's understandable in these conditions. I think he had a good game. He was solid, so 6.5. Now looking at the bench, for the whole bench front row, Tommaso De Portomalemeo and Mirko Spagnolo, Mohamed Huza, I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10 for all of them. I think they were solid. They came on and they still got dominance in the set piece. They did their job very well. And I think that's going to give the coach some confidence that if at 60 minutes the guys are absolutely wrecked that have been on the pitch for 60 minutes, you can bring these guys on and they'll be solid. Federico Ruza, I've gone for a 7 out of 10. I thought he made a very good impact when he came on. Very positive impact. And I think the one theme with the bench is they all didn't change the game for Italy. They just came on, kept the same composure, made a good impact. Riccardo Ferreretto, I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. He was solid. Alessandro Garbisi, Giacomo De Re, and Lorenzo Pani, I've gone for 6 out of 10 for all of them. Solid impact. Didn't get to see too much from either of the guys, either of those backline players on the bench. But I mean, they made a positive impact. They didn't make a negative impact. With a team that had such a big performance like this, normally I sway towards a 6 out of 10 compared to a 5 out of 10. So yeah guys, that's my player ratings for the Italy game versus Scotland. Massive win for Italy. Massive confidence boost for them, and I can't wait to see how they go throughout the other games. So yeah guys, let me know down below if you agree, if you disagree, and if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.